not dried out, just flaky and nice. So here we have these two lovely snapper. This one is a bigger one, so we're gonna roast that one. So we're just gonna remove the extra scales that is left on it, even though it's scaled. Neat up the fins. We'll also clean the inside, even though it's already clean, but most of the time you have to go back over it. There's really not much inside of it to clean out, honestly. Sometimes some of them need a lot of cleaning out, but this one actually, even the gills are gone. I really should have done this outside, but it's really hot out there, so I'm gonna have to just clean down my counter when I'm done. That's okay. I feel like every time I post fish, there's always someone in the comments saying, ew, I could never eat the fish like that with the eyes looking back at me. You're entitled to your opinion, but our culture is different from yours. Whenever I go to buy fish, they say, do you want it deboned? I'm like, no. But you know, you have different cultures. People debone their fish and they cut off the head and they throw away majority of the fish. But this is what we're used to. I'm gonna make a few slices on it. This is gonna be the one that we roast because we're gonna fry the smaller one. And we're gonna rinse them and then we'll come back. All right, we're back and they're nice and clean. We're gonna season this one. I'm gonna sprinkle on some olive oil on it, any oil you have, just so that the seasoning can adhere to the fish. This is my green seasoning. For those on Facebook, you were on my live stream when we were making this. All right, so this I'm gonna place in between those little cuts on the inside of the fish, and I'm gonna steam some callaloo as well to go on the inside to stuff the fish. For the powdered seasoning, this is a mixture of black pepper, salt that I made when we were doing the blackened fish. It has in cayenne, paprika, chili powder, salt, black pepper. We made this when we were making the blackened fish, so if you haven't seen that video, you can check it out as well. So we're just gonna season the entire fish from head to toe. And then we're gonna flip it and we repeat the same process on the other side. It has a lot of fresh herb in there, so it's gonna be really nice. For this one, we're gonna put it in this container. Boom, barely whole. Just gonna wrap it up, put it in the fridge until I'm ready to put it in the oven. So we're gonna cook the callaloo. I'm going to add some pumpkin in there. You don't necessarily have to add any pumpkin. I'm not gonna peel, we're just gonna cut up a few slices of pumpkin to go with the fish. And I'm not adding any scotch bonnet in it because the blended herbs already have spice, so I'm going to use bell pepper only. I have thyme, scallion and onion and a tomato. So we'll use this to pre-cook the callaloo. Okay, let's go. The callaloo is not going to look as green as it should be because it was kept in the freezer for a while. Once the oil is heated, I'm going to go ahead and add everything in there. Alright, after a couple minutes, we're gonna add our callaloo in. From here on, you can add a small amount of powdered seasoning, whether salt, black pepper, whatever you want to add in there, because the fish is already seasoned, so you don't want to add too much, otherwise it will be salt. I'm going to cover it and allow it to steam just for a little bit so that the pumpkin can get a little tender, as well as the callaloo, and it will finish cook when it's inside of the fish. Alright, this should be good. As I said before, it will finish cook when the fish is roasting. The oven is preheated at 425 degrees and our callaloo is ready. Gonna stuff the fish with that and just a little butter. Even though the blended herbs have thyme in it, we're gonna still put a piece of thyme on the fish. Alright, so we're gonna stuff it with the callaloo and the pumpkin. Whatever is left over, you can put it on the side. Here we have a piece of thyme. Just gonna cover so that the fish can cook nice and fast, and then give it like 20 minutes. It's a big fish. Give it like 20 minutes, remove the cover so that we can have a nice roasted top. Just so we can keep the callaloo soft without getting direct heat from the oven, we're gonna just cover it. Wow, looks good. I'm gonna pour off some of the liquid, remove my pumpkin, and then pop it back in the oven so that it can get a nice broil on the top. Remove the oven from 425 and we'll put it on broil. If the oven doesn't have broil setting, just leave it just as is, and you can pump it up to like 475. So not to dry out the fish, but rather to give it a nice crisp on the top. Right, want somebody this not even need anything, you know, because the pumpkin is the side. But all right, back into the oven. So we have our dip for the roast fish. Tastes really nice. This is so good, so good, and it goes so well with the pumpkin. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and also go ahead and share it with your friends and family, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.